Being inside the living room, every guard and maids were shocked when they looked at their boss, Mafia King John Jungkook, who just came inside covered in. His ears were messed up, shirt top buttons were open, and sleeves were rolled up. There was a cut on his hand from which few bruises were on his face. He was injured, but he was walking like nothing happened to him. He stopped and everyone became alert. There was someone who was looking at him, including others. Without turning back, he said to that one person, "Get the first aid kit." Saying that, he went inside his room and everyone looked at Van because they knew he wanted her. She gulped and took first aid box and followed. After 10 minutes, she came inside the room. She saw him sitting on the bed, leaning on the board while closing his eyes. She didn't need the permission to get inside, and he was aware of her presence. "Jungkook, what took you so long?" One. She came towards him and put that box on table. Jungkook opened his eyes and looked at her, who was standing. Sit. She slowly sat on the bed while facing him, and he was only looking at her while leaning. She gulped and opened the box. She took out a cotton swab and came forward to clean. She was so close to her that her long hairs were resting on his chest, and her face was close to him. She started cleaning his wound on his face. "Won't you ask what happened?" he said, trying to start the conversation. She looked at him and focused on the word. "One, I know already." He smiled a little and said, "Really? Then what is it?" "One, your mission." Jungkook smiled but hissed when she put a pressure near her lips. "One, sorry." She didn't reply back, but he didn't care. All he knew was that she wasn't stopping him. He knew she was into him. She slowly pushed him, making him stop. He looked in her eyes, making shy. Jungkook, no matter how long to take, but remember you will always end up with me, Wine. Wine pushed him, making him fall on the bed beside her, and she left from there. It's been 5 months. Wine started working, and Jungkook was watching her. Day by day, he was becoming obsessed with her, but then he knew was his love. He knew he wanted her now, but she wasn't accepting this fact that she likes him too, but their difference and their status were keeping them apart. He completed his words and suddenly felt a tight slap on his face, which was given by Wine. She glared at him and he did the same. I'm not your mother who, like you, so think twice before you speak again. God, how dare you to slap me? He raised his eyes, but before that someone stopped him. He turned around and saw a fuming Jungkook who was sending daggers to him. He was shocked and started trembling because he had an idea how possessive Jungkook was for her. God, boss. Jungkook turned his hand, making a crack sound, and he screamed in pain. Bai knew his anger, so she tried to stop him. Jungkook glared at her, making her scared. Don't you interfere, Vine, stay back. Jungkook turned towards the guard and punched him on his face. He fell on the floor and Jungkook sat on top of him. Jungkook, why don't you repeat what you were saying before, huh? He started. She is not a toy. She have her self-respect, which, like, you can never understand. She was punching him continuously. Soon he fainted. Vine tried to came forward, but she was trembling while looking at him this angry. Before she could complete, he sealed his on her, making her stop. This time she didn't hold it back. In fact, she replied to his kiss, making him smile. They both were devouring each other. She wasn't avoiding him, she was reacting, and he knew she trusted him now. And all that was what he wanted. He wanted to her to give him chance, which she gave him, and he proved himself to never break her trust. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos.